Namaskar and good evening. Today I want to talk about the concept of God in Hinduism in the series of reforms in Hinduism. We need reforms in Hinduism. No religion should remain static. Hinduism is the oldest religion in the world. Now, the beauty of Hinduism is it is not a rigidly structured religion. There is no head like a pope, imams, etc. There is no head for Hinduism. There is no single temple. You can go to any number of temples of any number of gods. And likewise, you don't have a single book which you need to follow, which you must follow like that. Great sages were there. They have written a number of books detailing their thoughts on God, worship and other things. There are Vedas. Who wrote Vedas? Nobody knows. So people may say it is Apaurusheya. No human being has written them. Means we don't know who has written them. Nobody said it is written by God. Apaurusheya means no Purusha has written it. We don't know the authorship. Then the next thing is that in Vedas, the last part is called Vedanta. So the Vedantas are otherwise called as Upanishads. The thought process which is detailed in Vedas is entirely different from the thought processes detailed in the Vedantas or Upanishads. Now, who wrote the Upanishads? That also is not clear. While Vedas deal with how to propitiate the gods, how to do various karma kandas, that is how to celebrate marriages, yajnas, yagas, etc. Vedantas are clearly of a higher level thought. Whichever Vedanta text you take, that you can find that it is full of very high level thought. Now, there are smritis like Manusmriti. Now, who wrote Manusmriti? Manusmriti was written by Manu Chakravarti, a king, a Kshatriya. The last of it was Bhagavad Gita. Of course, Vedas, Vedantas, Puranas, etc. were rewritten by Vyasa, who was born of a Brahmin sage and fisherwoman. And it was not original. Vedas, he didn't write them. He didn't write the Upanishads. He only brought them into book form. Now, Smritis were clearly written by Kshatriyas. Manu Smriti was written by Manu Chakravarti. Gita was given by Lord Krishna, who in his human form is a Kshatriya. Born as Kshatriya, brought up in the household of Yadavas and again reverted back to Kshatriyas. So anyway, Kshatriyas. So there is no single book. In fact, most people don't follow any book. But the advice to all the people in Kali Yuga is follow Bhagavad Gita. It is the latest book given by Lord Krishna himself, supposed to be the avatar of God. Therefore, and he has consolidated most of the Hindu thought into one book in Bhagavad Gita. A very advanced thought process is detailed in the Bhagavad Gita. Now, religion starts with the concept of a God. You see, when we are born till our death, most of the human beings of whichever religion, they follow approximately the same processes. We are born, we go through childhood, we go through adulthood, we go through degeneration phase, we go through old age, and then we die. Whether you are a Hindu, a Christian, a Muslim, or an agnostic, or a Buddhist, or whoever, the process of life is same. Where exactly the difference comes? The difference comes in how we perceive life after death. That's where God, etc. come. We propitiate gods, we make puja to gods only for giving us things after death. Now, otherwise, most of the things are available on earth. Your food is available on earth, your water is available on earth, your house is available on earth, everything is available. You have to build it. You are given 2 hands and 2 legs for that. Use your intelligence and build that. Of course, you can always seek the grace of God for purposes that we will see later on. Now, how many gods are there? One God or more gods? In India, everybody can create his own God. What does it mean? So, one religious leader recently said earlier there were maybe 3 lakh or 30 lakh people. Now we have crores of people. You can have crores of gods, there is no problem. You can have your own individual God. One person created the God in the form of Vinayaka. Another person may have done it in the form of Garuda. Yet another person Adisesha. One person Shiva, another person Vishnu. Like that, people went on creating gods in their own shape. Does it mean that there are so many gods actually? No. There is one single God. Hinduism unequivocally proclaims that there is one single God only. But you can call him in any form and by any name. Call him by 1,000 names. For each God there are 1,000 names. I think all of you know that. And with any name you can call. In fact, many human beings are named after the names of these gods. Why? Because we want to call everybody. See, your son is like a god. Call him by the name of Krishna, Rama, or whatever, Ramakrishna, Shiva Rama. So many names are there. You want to call, wherever you want to see, there you want to see God only. So, that's the concept of one God only, but any number of forms, any number of names. Now, whichever form you like, suppose you don't like the form of lion, you can take the form of Gomata. Or if you are courageous, if you want to take the form of a lion, you are welcome to do it. You can take the form of Shiva, or you can take the form of Vishnu, or Lakshmi, or Saraswati. Now, whether God is he or she, that's a foolish question as far as Hinduism is concerned. He is Ardhanarishvara. In any human being also, there is a male part and there is a female part. Your mind has a male part and a female part. Whether you are a man or woman, within you, the other part also is there. So everybody is an Ardhanarishvara. That is why Shiva is depicted as Ardhanarishvara. It is a concept. We need to understand that. Unfortunately, people don't know. Only Shiva is Ardhanarishvara. No. Each one of is Ardhanarishvara. There is a man in you, there is a woman in you. Find out those parts and satisfy both the parts in your life. Now, so therefore God is both he and she. You can worship the God as either he or as she, or as both he and she. There's no problem. Thousands of names you can give. For each God we have given 1,000 names. And you can call any God by any one of those 1,000 names. You can have a idol worship. You can have a Nirakara worship. That is idol-less worship. Image worship is there. Imageless worship is also there. Basically, we recognize that God is everywhere. Everywhere means there is no specific image for God. Why don't we understand that first? If he can be there as an elephant, if he can be there as a cobra, if he can be there as any different types of animals, and even a fish, Hmm? Any type of animal shape is God. What does it mean? That God is inside them. God is not a fish, but God is in a fish. God is in you too. And the God in you is called Brahman. You are to seek the God. You can seek the God either outside in the world in any form, or you can see the Brahman which is in you. There also God is there. If God is everywhere, God is in you also. And that God is called Brahman. Brahman is everywhere. That's what Shankaracharya has said. That's what everybody Acharya has said. Basically, Hindus are seekers. Where is God? Now, realizing the God is your work. Now, suppose you go to the farm of Shiva, put a namaskar there, do puja and come back. You are not a great seeker. But anyway, you believe in the God. Believing in the God is not equivalent to seeking the God. It's a higher process. But believing the God, is it bad? No, it is not bad. All people are not capable of intense search for God. They want belief systems. So, for those who want belief systems, Hinduism has given belief systems. For those who want to really seek the ultimate possibility of a human being identifying or merging with the Brahman, that is also there in Hinduism. Now, there are too many seekers, too many enlightened people in Hinduism. Unlike other religions, we have had 100 people who are, why 100 people? Thousands of people who are enlightened, who knew God in the ultimate form. And so each of them has given his own version. They are unlikely to agree with your version. Now, when a sage has given, try to understand that. Ramanuja may have given in one way, Shankara may have given in another way, Madhvacharya may have given in another way, Kabir may have given another way, Tulasidas may have given another way. All of them are enlightened people. Now go behind any of them. There is no problem. You will reach the ultimate. There are several ways for that we will see separately. Now assume that both image worship and Nirakara worship ultimately lead to Nirakara worship. Ultimately lead to Brahman, ultimately lead to Ardhanashwarishwara. Whether you will go to Kailash or so many other, Swarga is there, Naraka is there, Vaikuntha is there, Satyaloka is there. Whether you will go there or not, I don't know. That will come after death. But when you are seeking on earth, you are seeking the Brahman. You are seeking the God, whichever way you adopt. In Hinduism, a very possible way is possible. You know, this highest level of thinking is available only in Hinduism. It is not, I can definitely say with very darefully, very courageously, knowingly, that this level of knowledge, this level of ultimate enlightenment is not available anywhere else other than Hinduism. And Hinduism is noism. So, try to know it. Be a seeker. If you are a seeker, you will know one day. But if you are not a seeker, you will go on criticizing Hinduism, this side, that side, etc. No, but image worship also leads to Nirakara worship. I am again and again telling you. We will see different forms of worship, different forms of reaching the God in another episode. Thank you.